What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to the channel. As always, we're here to break down everything going on with our Dallas Cowboys. The team is looking to bounce back after a disappointing 2024 season, and this offseason is all about getting better, fixing mistakes, and making the right moves to get back in contention. Before we dive into today's major topics, smash that like button if you want to see the Cowboys make some big moves. Subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. All right, let's get into it. Last season, the Cowboys' defense had its ups and downs. Injuries hit hard, and despite the hype surrounding Mike Zimmer's return as defensive coordinator, the unit struggled at times. One of the biggest problems? A lack of depth in the secondary. Trevin Diggs, the team's star corner, went down late in the season. Jordan Lewis, the Cowboys' top nickel corner, left in free agency. The team was forced to rely on younger, unproven players. Now the Cowboys need to figure out who is going to step up alongside Darren Bland, who is set to return fully healthy. But is that enough? One name that's still floating around in free agency is Asante Samuel Jr. Samuel, 25, has been a solid playmaker for the Los Angeles Chargers over the last few years. Here's what he brings to the table. Young and still developing. He's just 25 years old and has room to grow. Good ball skills. He's recorded 2 interceptions in 3 of his 4 seasons. Durability. Before a shoulder injury last season, he played in 17 games in back-to-back years. The Cowboys have already added Kaiir Elam and have Kalen Carson waiting in the wings. But neither player is as proven as Samuel, who could immediately bring experience and stability to the secondary. If the Cowboys are serious about building a championship-level defense, Samuel could be a smart signing. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, Micah Parsons. Cowboys fans, let's be real, Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the NFL, no doubt about it. Just look at these numbers from last season. 70 pressures, 5th in the NFL, 12 sacks, 44 QB hurries, 10th in the league, and that was with him missing 4 games. The year before, when he played a full season, he led the entire NFL in pressures, 103, and hurries, 69. So if he's that good, why hasn't he gotten his contract extension yet? Usually, Dallas takes its time with big contract extensions, but this feels different. The Cowboys didn't hesitate to give Dak Prescott a 4-year, $240 million deal last season. CeeDee Lamb is also expected to get a big contract soon, so what's the holdup with Parsons? Well, according to multiple reports, the Cowboys aren't rushing to sign him long-term, and that's frustrating a lot of fans. Some insiders believe the Cowboys want to see more from Parsons off the field before committing to a massive contract. According to Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News, some people inside the organization have questioned Parsons' commitment to the team. Last week, another teammate publicly questioned his dedication to the team, Watkins reported. Former head coach Mike McCarthy was also reportedly disappointed that Parsons skipped voluntary workouts last year. Now, does missing voluntary workouts mean he isn't committed? Not necessarily, but when you're expected to be the face of the franchise, leadership matters. One of the biggest debates around Parsons has been his in-season podcast, The Edge with Micah Parsons on Bleacher Report. Some fans and even teammates felt it was a distraction, especially during a tough stretch last season. Parsons has defended himself multiple times, saying that he can balance football and media, but it seems like the Cowboys want him to fully lock in before giving him a contract that could make him one of the highest-paid defenders in NFL history. Despite the criticism, there's no doubt Parsons is getting paid. It's just a matter of when and how much. To put it in perspective, Myles Garrett just signed a 4-year, $160 million extension, averaging $40 million per year. SpotRack projects Parsons' market value at $36, $7 million per year. A likely contract projection, 4 years, $146.75 million. That's elite money, but it's what Parsons deserves for being one of the most dominant defensive players in the game. The Cowboys have been more aggressive this offseason compared to last year. In just the first week of free agency, they added several key players on both sides of the ball, but one big question remains. Who will be Dak Prescott's backup? With Cooper Rush gone, the Cowboys have to decide what direction they want to take at the quarterback position. According to ESPN's Todd Archer, Dallas is seriously considering a reunion with Trey Lance, while also looking to add a young QB in the draft. Their search for Dak Prescott's backup could lead them back to Trey Lance with Cooper Rush gone, but they also have Will Grier on the roster, Archer wrote. They hope to add a quarterback in the draft, too. Lance is an interesting case. The Cowboys did not pick up his fifth-year option, meaning he hit free agency this offseason. That doesn't mean they don't value him. It just means his original price tag as the third overall pick was way too high for what he has shown on the field. Bringing him back on a more team-friendly deal makes a lot of sense. Here's why. He already knows the system. Lance has spent a year in Dallas learning behind Prescott. He's still young. At just 25 years old, he has plenty of time to develop. The Cowboys need depth. If Prescott gets injured, they need a reliable option. Lance didn't get a chance to play last season, but if Dallas believes in his potential, he could still be a valuable piece moving forward, even if the Cowboys bring back Lance. Archer says Dallas wants to draft a quarterback as well. That would mean 3 quarterbacks behind Prescott, Trey Lance, if re-signed, Will Grier, currently on the roster. A rookie QB from the 2025 NFL Draft. It's clear the Cowboys are thinking about the future at the position. Prescott is the franchise quarterback, but having solid depth behind him is crucial. Quarterback isn't the only position Dallas is looking to improve this offseason. Wide receiver is also a major need, and fans were hoping the Cowboys would land a big-name target. One of the hottest rumors, Cooper Kupp. After Kupp was released by the Rams, multiple teams showed interest, and the Cowboys were rumored to be one of them. However, Dallas ultimately backed off. Why? According to Archer, the Cowboys were not a big player for Cooper Kupp, per sources, despite his ties to new receivers coach Junior Adams. They looked at the veterans available, but injury and cost dimmed their pursuit. A trade for one remains possible, as does drafting one, perhaps even in the first round. Too expensive, Kupp's price tag was just too high for Dallas. Injury concerns. He has battled multiple injuries over the last 2 seasons. Short-term solution. At 31 years old, Kupp isn't a long-term answer. The Cowboys love value in their signings, and while Kupp is still a great player, he wasn't worth breaking the bank for. If Dallas still wants to add a playmaker, a trade is still on the table. The Cowboys could target a younger receiver with a cheaper contract, someone who has a few years left on their deal and isn't just a one-year rental. They could also look to the draft, where there will be plenty of wide receiver talent available in the early rounds. So, Cowboys fans, here's where things stand. The team needs to improve its secondary, and Asante Samuel Jr. could be a solid free agent target. 2C's Micah Parsons is still waiting for his contract extension, but concerns about leadership and commitment might be delaying the deal. The Cowboys can't afford to lose Parsons, but they also want to make sure he's ready to be the face of the defense before giving him a massive contract. Now it's time for you to weigh in, Cowboys Nation. Should the Cowboys sign Asante Samuel Jr. to help the secondary? Should Parsons' contract be the team's top priority, or are they right to wait? Do you think Parsons' podcast and socials, media presence are really a problem? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get the conversation going. And before you go, don't forget. Like this video if you enjoyed the discussion. Subscribe to the channel for daily Cowboys updates. Turn on notifications so you never miss the latest news. That's it for today, Cowboys Nation. Let's see what happens next.